Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and I'm back finally with another Transformers review. I know releases has been scarce. They ain't really been scarce. There's stuff out there, but there's just not much that I'm interested in. And as you know, let me rephrase that. There's not much that I'm interested in buying. I see a lot of stuff that I'm interested in, but I just don't want to buy it. So, I mean, I said a million times, I review stuff that I buy because I can only get stuff to review that I buy. I mean, it just is what it is. Maybe when I get a little bigger and the channel grows a little bit, I'll start getting stuff. I can get some review units maybe, and maybe somebody will send me some stuff to review. But for now, this is what you get. You get what I buy, and I'm buying this. Like this 86 series, Studio series. And this is a mainline. I don't really collect mainline. I say that I got 100 of them. But again, I think it's just novelty for me. Used to masterpiece price point. So when I see a figure that looks pretty awesome at a price point that's like 1/5, or less of a masterpiece, I'm on it. I like Transformers. So I'm excited. This is exciting because I like when people can get into more higher end collectibles. I'm a collector firsthand. So I like when people can get into a more higher end collectible at a more reasonable price point. I know everybody's wallet is different, and I can understand that. So here we are with this. After I gave you that speech, this is Blur. It's 86 Studio Series 03. It's 8603. All of them are 86, but this is 03. And he gets his background, which is pretty cool. I dig that they are giving them backgrounds. The Studio Series always gave backgrounds. But this is cool because it's Transformers the movie, and it's usually a movie background, which it is. And we can get that up out of here just to let you see that real quick. You get instructions. Again, the instructions are pretty good, but he was pretty easy, but I love his engineering. Like it's refreshing. Now he's not, he's not perfect. He's not the greatest looking bot to me in bot mode. But again, you got the 86 packaging. I love the packaging, love the artwork. He looks goofy here, and he looks goofy as a robot. So you got that. But then again, he was kind of goofy. But I do have the masterpiece to compare him. I love this artwork over here, and how this is the 86. I believe that's what that is. Yeah, that would be the 86, but it's a window. So yeah. So that's that. So let's bring in Blur. Let me put him down a little bit since he's in vehicle mode. Starting in vehicle mode, he comes in robot mode. I know a lot of you guys that don't transform figures. I don't know if anybody don't transform mainline figures, but for the ones that don't, here he is. This is Blur. Vehicle mode, this guy is great. His knees are a little not in. Yeah, there we go. He was looking weird. But yeah, in vehicle mode, I think this guy is where he shines. Vehicle is very, very, very great. Has his weapon storage, which is his only two accessories that he comes with. So it has two little nibs there. And this gun, there's a little notch there and these two little things. So you stick the gun in the side notch. You have it up there like that. And stick these in here like that. And he stores his weapon if you care to store weapons on vehicles. Again, he's like a futuristic vehicle, so it doesn't really look that terrible on him. A weapon stored on his vehicle mode. Got these little, I just saw them. I guess I thought they were wheels at first. But yeah, some paint apps. He looks like Blur. He's Blur. Got the symbol there. Got the seat. Oh, the seat ain't flipped up. That's why you can see all this stuff. I didn't mean to slam. He is 30, so I mean, there's that. He's not gonna. Jesus. Now I never had trouble getting this out before. Maybe if yeah, there we go. Right there. Maybe I did that before. I don't know. Probably somebody laughing at me like, just grab it by the side. There you go. So he has a little seat. It can't fit anybody, but it's cool that they thought about it. Got a little, kind of like a steering wheel, I guess. I don't know what that is. It's just all blue. Clear here and underneath. It hides his robot kind of well. Now let me bring in, this is Titan's Return. So you can compare the two. I may do robot mode too. This blows this out the water, as it should. I mean, this is the Studio series, so it's a step above everything else that they put out, or should be a step above. Now I will say that this is not as good as Hot Rod. Hot Rod is probably one of the best. So here we go. Getting a transformation for him. His transformation, again, his engineering is great. I actually enjoy this transformation, and it's not super hard. So let's see what we can do first. So first, I'll get these arms out. It's a tab there. It's kind of, they have a lot of these like locking tabs. It keeps stuff secure. Like this is a secure thing. Like nothing's gonna come off of it. You see, like there's not many figures that you can do this to, and stuff is still pegged in and pegged together. That's because of these. They have these locking tabs and not just friction tabs, but it does make it for kind of a pain, kind of. So he has the tab there, and then there's a tab in there that's just a regular tab. So just get that out, get his arms, or what becomes his arms. And out like that. The knees are pegged in there. I like to get that out. See that peg? And push these up. Then I'll worry about these later. His feet. And pull it out. And then push that up. Then I just get the arms out the way so I can deal with everything else. This armature just goes up into that. It just stays like that. Now for these feet. They're clamped together, and they're also have a locking tab. But they sandwich open, so like so, and then I can't believe I said that. Then go like that, pull that out like that, then pull this out. You can see that locking tab right there. I like to just like slide it up a little and then pull it out. It's just easier. Then you flip this thing, which is his crest. Just flip that over. Then you flip his leg back, but you got to bend it a little bit to get it past this knee. Then there's a tab there. Tab, tab. Push his foot down. Got a leg done. Again over here. Tab, tab. Foot down. Leg done. And you see something that bothers me. It's not terrible, but it's just worth noting. Move this, spin it around so you get his chest piece going on. Then this part moves down, and it's on like a series of double hinges where you can hinge it back and have it sitting like this. I'm not sure if it slides in anywhere. I don't think it does. I don't think it locks. I think that was a gripe of mine. Or I could be wrong. Oh yeah, it does lock up. It doesn't really lock, but it goes up in there like that. So it's better suited for keeping his back. So then you can move these all the way up. Move them down. Now move them down. It's a hinge in here, not this hinge. This hinge is fixed, so you have to move it down with that. And you gotta be careful. You see how that slid up in there? Because if you have it out like this and try to move it, you can break it right there. So just move it in, then move it down. Now this, you have to pull this up. But to tell you the truth, it just comes up automatically. It's not really locked. So you can just move it down like that. Push this up and then move this. This whole thing is hooked onto this fist. So the fist moves where you need it to be. And you know you have it right because this goes into there. Goes into there and then push down. That doesn't really lock that well, but then you have an arm. You do the same over here. Put it down. Then you want to twist it while you have it. Get it situated. Push up, down, and there you go. And then you have Blur. Studio Series Blur. So yeah, then you can compare to Titan's Return. Blur, he definitely blows him out the water as far as looks, I believe. Even with these big things on his arms that I don't like, he has these, but they're more, and they actually share some similarities in transformation. Which, I mean, I guess they would build off of what they have. But yeah, he looks way more like he did in the cartoon than he ever would, and he's a headmaster. Actually, let's do another comparison. We'll do the masterpiece comparison, which is really unfair. But again, I hear rumblings of I'm gonna use this as my masterpiece. So, and that's not his fault. That's my table. He was standing just fine. I had to mess with him. He was standing just fine on the shelf. But can we get in focus? Or maybe it's my eyes. I don't know. No, there we go. Yeah, so I mean, no comparison, size wise, looks wise, anything. Like this is perfect to me. So perfect representation of Blur. So despite the transformation and whatever else people didn't like about it because it was fans' toys. So here, let's zoom in on his face. Now his face is a bit goofy to me. Besides having, I thought it was paint missing, but maybe, no, it is paint. A little scratched off paint. But yeah, his face is weird. He has light piping. It does work pretty well. See if I can get him his light piping eyes. You can see his eyes are glowing. So yeah, and they're dead. But that's the thing with light piping. So I don't know how well that came off. But yeah, so I'm not sure about his head, his face. I mean his face. His head is right. I like the way his head is sculpted, but just his face, his chin is pretty long. And maybe that's how he looked. I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't think he looked like that, but who knows? So anyway, his head goes down that much, back about that much, spins all the way around. His arms have good range as far as upper shoulder and no butterfly, but they go all the way around. And again, you have that upper shoulder. A little bit of hollowness in there. A little bit of hollowness in here that shouldn't be there. His elbow is not double jointed. You get 90 degrees, but this thing tends to flop around. I've seen some people saying they were going to cut this off by 2. I think he would look great with this cut off. Like he would look super clean with the kibble cut off, with that cut off and this cut off probably. I mean, it would be hollows, I don't know what. I don't really mind the backpack though, but this right here just, I think it's unsightly. They should have folded it in. It is Studio series. So there's that. He has the bicep swivel. Well, really his elbow swivel is not bicep swivel. He has a waist swivel that goes all the way around, and the backpack doesn't impede it, which is cool. In the position it's supposed to be in, it doesn't impede it. His hands are fixed, and you can't really spin them around because they're hooked onto this, but you can if you want. To get this out the way, you can spin it, but it's a pain. He has no real hip skirts. You know, his hip was like just how it was. So he can do the splits, and he can definitely do the hurdles. And it's all friction. All friction is all you need because it's light plastic. He does have a 90-degree knee bend. And he has this knee pad that I thought was independent, but it's not. I think it just gets out the way so you can pull the leg out. And he has the spin, the thigh swivel built in at the top. This is kind of unsightly. I don't know why they couldn't just have this all plain. I mean, I know the mushroom peg is out, but it's not out too far where this couldn't be filled in with just like a smaller piece of plastic. Again, I don't know why they chose that. His foot doesn't go down at all. It goes up a lot, I believe, because of transformation. And then it has a good rocker, but it's just a foot. Well, no, it's the foot in this. So yeah, then in here, you have this thing. I think they should have just made something to cover up over here because this covers up here. Maybe just a faux piece or something to cover up that space. There isn't none. They could have put a flap right here. I don't know why I know why. They save money by doing it that way. Again, and his feet are pretty hollow. The back is pretty clean. Yeah, and see him with his accessories. Holds a gun, just a 5mm port, as usual. And his gun goes in well, and it looks good. I think it looks good. I think his gun is fine. It's all white. I would have liked it to be silver, but then you have his, I think, the welding thing. So to make it look like it's coming out his hand again, which is smart. They have it a 5mm peg, but it covers the whole hand, and it kind of like goes with. It would have been cool if this was blue, and then it would have looked like this was just his hand, just a point, maybe white. I don't know, but yeah, he holds that well. Everything's well, of course, because it's tolerance. Everything's tolerance well. These things, just the rocket boosters. But yeah, so like I said, things I don't like about him is, there's a few things, but all in all, if you're in for this line, it's probably about the best looking blur we've gotten. And in vehicle mode, he's above any of them. But let me bring in, I didn't bring in Hot Rod so we can compare Hot Rod. And as you see, he's like, Hot Rod just looks better. He just has better styling, looks like better plastic, feels like better plastic. I think Hot Rod is $10 more, I believe, but I would have paid $10 more if he was in the vein of him. That's all. I'm not understanding. I think this, I know people complain about price points sometimes, but this is, I think it's worth what you're paying. This is worth what you're paying, but I would have liked more. I would have liked a better figure. So, all right, if you like this video, you know what to do. And I appreciate all your support. And I will get up with you in another video.
Life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.